The lights in Paris offered the kind of theatre that turns careers into chapters of history, and on that stage a young Barcelona winger felt both the heat of the spotlight and the chill of a near miss. Ousmane Dembélé collected the Ballon d'Or, and for a night the conversation circled around a name that didn't win, Lamine Yamal. At 18 years old, Yamal had raced up the shortlist on raw, relentless football, dribbles that split defences, vision that looked years ahead of his calendar, a season that made even neutral observers wonder whether he had arrived before his time. And yet the trophy went to Dembélé, a result that many said was shaped by Champions League success and the weight voters place on silver. The shock felt immediate because Yamal's rise has been anything but incremental. He exploded into the headlines with matches that read like a highlight reel of how modern attackers should think. Wide, quick, inventive, unafraid to take defenders on and to create moments out of nothing. His second place finish is not a failure. It's a declaration. It tells us he's already in the conversation with the very best in the world, and he achieved that before most players complete their apprenticeship. The context matters. He's 18, younger than almost every contender on that stage, and the fact he was mentioned in the same breath as long-established stars rewrites how long-term projections for elite talent should be made. Into that narrative stepped Senna, a voice from Spain's recent past who understands how international pedigree and club form can amplify a player's legend. Senna didn't mince words. If Yamal continues on this path, he will be the next Ballon d'Or winner, and not necessarily once, but many times. That kind of endorsement from a respected former international doesn't just flatter. It frames expectations and raises the stakes for a player who is still learning how to manage fame as much as how to refine his left foot. Senna's words are a public nudge: stay calm, keep improving, and let performance answer any doubters. So what changed at the ceremony? Why did Dembélé, with PSG Champions League success, edge out the teenager? Football awards remain a blend of the subjective and the objective. Trophies and landmark moments often sway votes, and a Champions League winning season carries outsized influence. That doesn't erase individual brilliance, it complicates it. For Yamal, it means that while he may be the flashiest name among the youngest stars, the narrative voters rewarded this year favoured proven trophy-linked achievement. Yet drama and momentum are fluid. What looks decisive in one cycle becomes the opening for the next. See off the field, the reaction has been raw and immediate. Supporters, pundits, even parts of Yamal's own entourage refused to take the result quietly, and debate roared about fairness, age, and the metrics we use to crown the best. Those conversations matter for two reasons. They push institutions and fans to reevaluate how we value potential vs accomplishment, and they create a pressure cooker environment that can either forge character or fracture it. For a young talent like Yamal, managing that pressure will be as crucial as managing his training load. Reports of heated exchanges after the ceremony underline the emotional intensity around his career, and Barcelona's role in protecting and nurturing him could be decisive. Looking forward, the calculation is simple for Yamal, and those who believe in him turn disappointment into fuel. History is full of examples where near misses sharpened instincts and hardened resolve. The coming months, the way he performs for Barcelona, how he recovers physically and mentally, and the role he plays in Spain's national setup toward the 2026 World Cup will define whether the prophecy becomes prophecy fulfilled. If Senna's prediction proves accurate, it will be because Yamal learned from this loss, improved decision-making in decisive moments, a resilience to noise, and a refinement of his end product to match his spectacular creativity. Tonight's narrative is both a cliffhanger and a forecast. We have seen an 18-year-old already change how opponents prepare for Barcelona, and we have seen a respected veteran lay down a prediction heavy with confidence. The practical takeaway is that the Ballon d'Or result is merely a milestone on a much longer road. For Yamal, for Barcelona and for Spain, the challenge is to turn a near win into a launching pad. For the rest of the football world, the message is clear. A new era is not on the horizon, it is arriving at pace, and those who saw only the trophy tonight should not mistake one ceremonial outcome for the final shape of a career. The next chapter starts now, and the world will be watching to see whether disappointment becomes the crucible that creates a champion.